All right, number 2 from our constructed response for Unit 5. This is just an explanation problem. So you're not necessarily solving anything, although you can use some basic examples to kind of explain your reasoning. So here it says, explain why any of the 4 operations, so addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, placed between two terms, -4 and 9 squared root of 6, is going to result in an irrational number. All right, now really what you need to know is what is an irrational number. So you should know by now that an irrational number is something that is not going to, that can't be simplified basically as a fraction, okay? So any decimal that goes on forever, there's no pattern. You can have a repeating decimal that is rational, but if you have a decimal that has no repetition to it and it goes on forever, that's going to be irrational. So basically our two main examples of irrational numbers are numbers with pi and square roots that are not perfect squares. Okay, so those are the main two irrational numbers that we have in terms of our definition, okay? So what I want you to do here for number 2, a way to get your full points in terms of the rubric, is I want you just to kind of, you can show me why all of these are still going to give you irrational answers, okay? So we have 4 operations. We have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and we have division. So show me how using these two values will give you an irrational number every time. Okay? And then you can write a sentence or two kind of explaining what you did. Your values are different than the ones I used here, but it's the same type of idea. You have the 4 operations, and you're showing why when you combine these two using one of these 4, any 4, you have to do all 4 of them, why the result is going to be an irrational number each time. So that's what you're trying to do. So you can show the actual example. So if I do the addition one, if I try to add those two things together, we can't just simplify these. If I have -4 plus 9 squared root of 6, I can't add those together because they're not like terms. But if I were to give you, if you were to type that in your calculator and you tried to get a decimal result, you'd get a value that went on forever and ever. And in my calculator, I can't even figure out how to get the decimal part of that. It just keeps giving me the simplified answer. So you might need to, depending on the calculator, you might have to use an online calculator or something to get the actual like decimal answer to kind of show me what you're getting as your result, okay? And then I want you to repeat that process for each of the operations, all right?